Okay, so this is the last video in the series. This is where you're going to find out the cost of your project. But before you can find out the cost, you need to address the problems over here with the over allocation, and you do that under your resource tab here, which is up the top. And when you hit resource, you'll see over here to the right hand side things called leveling. You've got level resource, level all, and level options. Now, my leveling takes a resource that's over allocated and tries to split the task in order to deal with the over allocation. There's a massively complex algorithm behind it, and amazing things can happen in your project when you do this. So the first strong piece of advice I'd always give you is save your project before you level at all, because you can never predict exactly what leveling will do. But for the purpose of Microsoft Project, as I'm introducing it to you, you're going to take Microsoft Project at its best. You're not going to get involved in different leveling options. You're just going to level all and leave it at that to deal with the over allocation. So first of all, you save your project. So very important. And then you go and hit the level all button. Notice as you hover it over it, it says level all. Leveling resolves resource conflicts or over allocation by delaying or splitting tasks based on the settings in the leveling options dialog box. So notice now you've got all your red men have disappeared on the left hand side, and your end date has gone out by a couple of days. That's because it's delayed tasks in order to address the resource conflicts that were there. So nobody's going to have to work overtime. Everybody will get the job done, but the task slips out by a couple of days. So that's your leveling. I would then suggest that you save that file under a new name. So you'd call it you go save as, and you call it the same name, but with leveled resources. So this is from way back, we called it last name, first name assignment, and this time I'll call it assignments leveled. I always think it's very important to keep a version of the project before and after leveling, because it's quite possible you want to back out, and it's good to have a version of it before you did it. So that's your leveling of resources. Then the next thing you want to find out is, right, nobody's now over assigned, everybody is assigned to tasks. So what is the project going to cost me? Well, you have a few ways of looking at that. The most straightforward way of looking at it is to go into your project tab and to hit your project information button. And if you hit the statistics button on that dialog box, you'll see some basic statistics for your project. You've got a start date, a finish date, you've got how much work and duration is in there, and a total cost of 18,450 for the move. However, very often I might ask, or it may be asked, how much one part of the project is going to cost. So the most straightforward way of seeing that kind of breakdown is to add another column to your Gantt chart. So if I drag across my line here and I right click on add new column and choose insert column, and this time I'm looking for the cost column. So I write the word cost and I see all my different costs. I just want cost, the simple cost column. And you'll see then that there's a total given for everyone. We never assigned any resources to the team meeting, which is probably incorrect, but we can forget about that. But the find new premises, there's each task, what is that going to cost, and what the full summary task is going to cost. So finding the new premises is costing us 4,250, and so on down. And the same total as we had before, but it lets you track the costs in a more broken down manner, which is easier to track. So that's it. You've successfully created a project, entered tasks, dealt with constraints and various other items to do with tasks, entered your resources, assigned your resources, and ultimately found out the total cost of your project. So I think you've basically done as much as you can in this introductory Microsoft project assignment. So well done. Thank you very much.